Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
If you can hear us right now, our microphones are working.
Why wouldn't they be?
If you can hear Lindsay, the producer, right now, her microphone is working.
Hello, hello.
It seems like everything is working. But it's not too late for things to go horribly wrong in this intro of this week's episode of 4K Kings.
That's right. Welcome back to the 4K Kings. I am Russ. With me as always is Matt. And this is the home of 4K news, reviews, blues, clues, views, stews, snooze.
That is right. Welcome back to 4K Kings. Thank you for joining us and suffering through yet another intro that seems to have gone absolutely nowhere. Welcome back. You're joining us live from 4 Peddlers Row, Unit 234.
Yep, where the food is slop.
That is correct. Where the food is slop.
Where depression's just status quo. On Peddlers Row. We harmonized there, dude.
I'm going to give us another applause.
That was Bone 4K Kings in harmony.
I loved it. And we're so happy to be here again with all of you. Say hello to everyone in the chat. Say hi to your friends, the community, and to us as well. Lindsay, where is everyone coming in from tonight? Where is everyone from this evening?
I'm not exactly sure where everyone's from, but everyone is getting crowned tonight, it looks like in the chat.
Everyone's getting crowned.
Everyone's a king and a queen.
Yeah, there's some new chat feature out there, which apparently it seems like everyone's getting crowned. So don't worry, there's no weird glitches. We didn't install any weird crown.
No, we did. We're the ones who set this up. We are 4K Kings, and we got with YouTube. We met with Google, and we set this up for you guys because we're all on equal footing here. We are not above you. We are no authorities. We're a community. And it was about time it was represented, Matt.
That everyone get crowned.
Exactly.
You're all for. See, I was playing coy because I didn't want to.
You're a modest guy.
I didn't want to roll it out yet, but you were
very
ready.
Modest.
All right. Well, thank you for joining all my fellow kings and queens alike. Mm-hmm. And tonight we're talking about, I don't know what the hell we're talking about. We got Arrow news.
We got YouTube updates.
We got new crowns in the chat.
It's new terms and services you have to agree to.
You're going to have to click a button later to accept all the cookies that we're sending your way.
We have a lot of peeps coming in from Scotland tonight.
A lot of Scottish peeps. My people are out there tonight.
We love train spotting.
Is that where it runs deep? That's as deep as it runs for us with train spotting?
Oh, it runs deeper for me. I actually enjoy train spotting too. What are your thoughts, Matt?
I cast it aside. I cast it aside. Shout Factory, Scream Factory, Steelbooks.
There is a lot of news, actually.
Some new television on Blu-ray that you're dying to talk about that we're going to save for the very end to let you just go off.
I'm trying to think besides Baywatch, what else has David Hasselhoff done in TV?
What else are they doing? So welcome, Russ. Hope you had a nice couple of weeks between streams.
Oh, I definitely did, Matt. Did you?
I did. While we were away from the stream, we had our best part 3s of all time, part 2 video go up. Mm-hmm. Check that out if you haven't already. Let us know what your favorite part 3s are of all time.
Yeah.
Any we missed? So many.
What did we miss?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. I watched this, obviously, as we watch our own videos. And
what'd you think?
I loved it. Lindsay, the producer, and I watched it. And what's funny is when we were watching the clip on Return of the Living Dead Part 3, I said to Lindsay, I was like, this movie actually does look pretty cool. Like, I'd be interested in checking this out because I hadn't seen it before. And you're glowing about it. And I was like, this does look cool. And she recognized the main character instantly. And I didn't know who the hell it was.
Melinda Clarke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marissa's mom on the OC. I had never seen her in anything else besides the OC.
There you go.
Yeah.
Marissa's mom on the OC.
I didn't think our demographic would care.
Is that why you didn't bring it up?
OC stands out
well,
there.
Honestly, I forget it. I didn't watch the OC. When I think the OC, I think Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman.
I'm serious. Didn't Phantom Planet do that song?
Oh, yeah. God, yeah.
That's I never watched the show, but that song is the first thing I think of with that show.
Yep. 4K Kings, Phantom Planet news. What else do we have for the people tonight?
But I was aware she was on it. I forgot now that you mentioned that. Yeah. Was she a main character on it? I thought that show was just about teenagers.
No, there was like some drama stuff with the parents too. Like Peter Gallagher.
A lot of Peter Gallagher.
Wait, I think wasn't my man was on that show too. Adam Brody?
Yeah.
Okay. He did a movie I adore a couple years ago that I think just went straight to streaming, and I wish there was a physical release of it. It was a film called The Kid Detective that he did. I adored this flick, man. I thought it was great. Yeah. And it was one of those movies, and I liked him so much in it, it made me immediately reassess my views on him. And then I went through his filmography, and I was like, man, he did kind of pop up in some cool things here or there, and I like the guy now. Maybe I should watch The OC, Lindsay.
It was great when it was on.
I remember you leading this off with, I didn't think our audience was that demographic. And then you just went off on a whole thing about The OC and liking it.
I can be that demographic.
Okay.
I'm looking out for the audience. I know they don't want to hear me talk about The OC.
I probably don't either.
None of your business says, of course Russ knows the mom.
There you go. Of course Russ knows the mom. Russ knows all the moms.
He is a mom connoisseur.
I am, but Melinda Clarke is a little bit above. She's above MILF status. That's not a traditional MILF.
Not a traditional MILF.
Granted, I don't know. What did she look like? I'm assuming on the OC she was gorgeous.
Oh, she was super fine, and she looked like a very young mom.
I mean, Return of the Living Dead was only 10 years prior to that show. But yeah, that is her, yeah.
Wow. Sorry for that aside.
No, that was a great discussion. We got to get to the bottom of these moms.
If you're still out there, thanks for hanging in through another intro that just seems to go on forever.
Did you end up watching it?
Not yet, but I would like to watch it. I would like to watch it.
Hold on, please. You got to watch. Oh, no, you can. You can watch that alone. It really has nothing that much to do with the original.
Okay.
Outside of it, like the toxin being the same toxin.
Yep, it looks cool. I'm interested in it now that Melinda Clarke's in it.
No.
Belinda Clarke?
It's stranger you're going to see that before Reanimator.
Okay. I'm lost. What else is what else? Oh, you put a pretty hot take out there about Titanic. I don't know if anyone checked that out as well. And Billy Zane.
I thought that came out before our last stream.
It didn't. Did it?
No.
I thought it went super viral.
It did. Last time I checked, it made more money than the film itself.
Why are we still at Peddler's Row?
That's why we had to change all the terms and services of our channel and crown everyone as kings and queens. We have the money to do so now. We make James Cameron money out of our shorts.
And pretty soon, due to us rolling in dough, we're going to be taking our patented summer break.
Yeah, it's time to travel the world on our yachts.
Time to travel the world thanks to that one opinion that you had about Billy Zane being better off without Rose.
It was tongue-in-cheek. But there were some points to be made. Let's just say Rose is not innocent. Rose was nobody. Was no one to die over.
There are many movies where they romanticize the cheating element of, the woman who was with, like, the hotter guy, even because the husband that's at home is like a schlub or whatever. In this case, he was abusive. But there are a lot of other movies where that's like such a trope, and sometimes I don't think it's warranted.
Was he abusive or responsive?
I don't know.
To the situation.
Hey, wait a minute.
That was a bad choice of words. No, he was under a lot of stress in that moment.
Anyway,
he suffers from PTSD. There's no excuse. You're right. The minute he put his hands on Rose, my whole theory goes out the window. You are correct, Matt. If he had not done that one thing, had he not slapped Rose,
yes, well,
then she deserves everything that came to her.
Well, we've got one more stream left before our patented summer break, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to return after YouTube reviews this conversation.
That's right. It's a good preview for our child death segment.
That is true. That's coming out too. I didn't want to mention it again. I feel like I want to leave it alone now and just let it pop up, and people will be like, holy shit, I forgot about that child death video they'd been talking about for a month.
I can wait. True. I feel like that's the day the lights are going to go out on the channel.
That's the day that the lights are going to go out on this channel when that video gets published. We'll see. Like I said, it's all about the marketing.
Someone needs to make a sad AI song on the day the lights went out on the channel.
It was fun while it lasted, everyone out there. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, but I had to make this video, and Russ, I dragged him along. See, there you go. That's the evidence so that you can be off scot-free.
Man, I know. I'm ride or die. I am your friend till the end.
All right. You did participate, and you came up with your own child death scene, so
man, if
you're in it with me.
If you're going to hell, I'm coming with you.
I love that. All right. Well, should we jump into the news, Russ? I think we probably should at this point.
Yeah.
Lindsay, is everyone ready for the news at this point, or do they want to hear more banter?
No, I think they're ready, but I'm excited because I see a lot of new names tonight.
Who do we got out there?
The chat is just alive.
Who's new out there? Shout a new name out.
Let's see. I don't know if I've seen Michael Smith before, and Jake Fortier. I don't know that name. So yeah, welcome anyone new.
Welcome, friends.
Yeah.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to the news.
New peeps here too.
Who's here too?
New people.
New peeps. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking it through that intro there while we loosen up.
Yeah, welcome old peeps as well.
Old and new.
Let's not forget about them.
Yeah.
They're the reason why we're even here.
Yeah. Show the new guys the ropes.
Let them know how it
mingle
goes.
amongst yourselves.
So Arrow, Russ, we're here to talk about Arrow first. You ready to talk about Arrow first?
Yeah.
Is that what you'd like?
Oh no, it's not another teaser, is it?
I'm just gonna. They've been teasing.
What is this?
They've been teasing. I'm just gonna show once again that they had shared this teaser with all these different titles that were flashed up there, and they finally gave us one that was in this list.
Arrow, for real, they're feisty.
But you know what else they teased right before we went live? And there's nothing about the date or anything or when it's going to be officially announced, but Miss 45.
Yeah, someone just said that in the chat when we got started.
There we go.
Oh,
Miss 45 in 4K. Hey.
That's a tattoo on my arm. Oh my God, yes.
There
Dude,
we go.
That's big news. That's
big news.
huge.
Huge
for
news.
me.
Might even be bigger than the rest of the news for you than we're going to cover right now. But
yes.
It was teased.
Wait, how was it teased?
Just the usual outlets that you see posting like the news and stuff. It was like coming soon, this title from Arrow.
Oh, so
TBD.
they confirmed the title.
Yeah.
I thought they released a video where you had to guess the image. Oh, okay.
No, but I saw that right before we went live. But no, in this particular teaser, they teased the James Caan classic Thief, and now it's been announced.
Mm-hmm.
Been announced. Thief. August 25th. This is their August slate, by the way. And Thief is now here in 4K. It had been out on Blu-ray before from Arrow. This is UK only. Michael Mann's masterpiece. I whispered it.
You are a huge fan of Thief.
I am a huge fan of Thief and am so excited to see it continuing to get some love. Give some love to Thief in the chat. That's what I want to say. Let's hear all the great Thief stories out there. Let's tell a few. Let's tell a few.
Yes.
So let me just pop this on. Yeah. So like I said, Arrow teased this before. It's arriving with the same art that they did with the Blu-ray before, that diamond, except now it's like a slipcover. It's already been out in blue and in 4K from Criterion. I've got my Criterion right here, Russ. This is the Blu-ray.
Okay.
I did not upgrade to the 4K because I was hoping that there might be another company that would put this out. Thanks, Russ.
Man.
And now that Arrow's putting it out, maybe they're going to suck me in for a double dip.
I was about to say, when Criterion did this on 4K.
They did.
Correct?
Yeah, it's already out in 4K. Yep.
But you picked this up right before that?
Like 2 years before.
2 years before.
2 years before. And it was kind of one of those things where, like if another company puts it out, maybe there'll be different stuff on it rather than me just rebuying the same features and everything all over again. So I waited like a good boy. And now the Arrow gods have gifted me Thief. Features are the same as the last time when Arrow put this out. They haven't done anything new, but they all basically are different from the Criterion one, essentially. Like there's so many different ones, which is actually pretty exciting because some of the ones that are on there are really great. A lot of stuff with James Caan himself.
Yeah. I heard there's a whole 45-minute retrospective on his shoulders.
There is many complimentary featurettes about his shoulders and what they did for cinema at large.
Well, the studio had to take out a whole separate insurance policy on his shoulders, not for Khan himself, but the danger that they pose to the like surrounding crew and cast members.
A lot of crashing into things, a lot of like vases, falling off of shelves.
Exactly.
I think I'd faint on set just looking at him and those shoulders.
Look at him.
Yeah. Tangerine Dream was so inspired, they actually made a whole album tributing his shoulders after this release, beyond the score they made for the film.
Beyond. No, Thief, like I said, I was excited to double dip this in 4K, but I was kind of holding off, and now here it is from Arrow. This is it opened up, so you have the original poster art on the inside and this slide down diamond art, which is kind of cool. I think it's an Arrow feel versus what the Criterion one is, which is more of a Criterion feel. This one makes it look more of like a
Michael Mann.
Yeah, almost like
this
Snatch
feels more like Michael Mann. I could see. I want to pick up this one because I want Arrow to do Manhunter, and I want it all to look like this. Not that Criterion's is bad at all, but you, I didn't pick up the 4K Criterion. I was kind of waiting for this, and I believe I'm going to go with the Arrow.
Me too.
Are you? Oh, you are. I assumed you would double dip because I know this is a huge title for you,
dude. I love this movie, and I feel like this art makes it look like this movie's about a man.
Oh, it is.
You know, it's about a man.
No, it's about a man and his shoulders for sure.
And this one is like more the heist element, which there is heist, but this is more about the man.
Yes.
That's what Atlantium said. He said, no one can capture the vibe of dudes being pros like man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, man. I mean, yeah, this movie's incredible. I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know everybody out there is probably a big fan. If you haven't seen this movie, my God, see it. It's just one of those movies that when I saw it recently, and you've said this to me about stuff that you watched recently, like something that finally just like really resonated, that like really hit differently than a lot of the maybe past couple of things you watch. But this one really just clicked for some reason, and this movie clicked for me big time.
Oh, I'm sure it did on a first time watch because you're familiar with Michael Mann as well. So you had that familiarity mixed with a freshness of something you've never seen before. And it's firing on all cylinders, so you got the best of every aspect possible.
Yeah, and watching James Caan in this, Jimmy Caan, I hope he would be okay with me calling him that, just delivering just like a knockout, insane perform. Like when in that opening scene, when he's got that handgun on the dude.
Bust in the office.
Yeah, and he says, he's like, I'm the last guy that you want to fuck with. Like, I never believed anything more in my life. Like when he said those words, I was like, yes, I would never. Like it just was like, whoa. Just that performance just really was like, this is the movie I've needed. So it's just like Bad Lieutenant, scratched an itch. I don't know why.
What about the late night horror host from Gremlins 2? Did you ever see him be more badass?
Dude, I know him mainly from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, he's fucking terrifying there as well.
And in this movie, dude, that one scene where he like tells James Caan, like, you work for me, basically, like, don't ever dare step to me kind of thing. Dude, he's like, holy shit. And this was his first movie.
Right. Yeah, man.
First performance.
Dude, and to this day, fucking Jim Belushi terrifies me.
Dude, Jim Belushi was really good in this.
I don't even remember him being in this. I'm just saying Jim Belushi scares me to death, Matt.
All right. Well, this is a no-brainer for me. New features, absolutely. Especially all the ones, there's like documentaries on here, like all kinds of good stuff that isn't on the Arrow. When this comes out, or maybe I could probably wait till I want to watch it again, but I do want to make sure I don't miss out on the limited thing, so I probably don't need to get it soon.
Can I bring this full circle since we brought up Ms. 45 in the beginning?
Yes.
Michael Mann and Ferrara, the director of Ms. 45, are very good friends. And in the 80s, they would screen their films for each other prior to like submitting them into the studio for final cut and, they get released, and they would critique each other's films. So Ferrara would have seen Thief and gave his buddy some advice, and Mann would have done the same for Ms. 45 as well. So that's a nice little, that's some nice symmetry to add to this segment.
I like that. Yeah. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
You shouldn't have.
Great job. So Thief, Arrow, 4K, awesome. They teased out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They teased out Spawn. They teased out all these bangers. I know Thief isn't the banger that people were hoping for based on some of those other ones, but it still is one, and we're happy that it's here. I'm interested to hear your opinion on this because I feel like we've talked a little bit about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series in its entirety, but mainly kind of some of the earlier ones mainly. But so I'm curious because this is not a series that I follow really much at all, but I know just like these later Friday the 13th movies that Arrow just put out, they're really kind of digging into all the back catalog of some of these, like series.
Yeah, James Caan's in none of them.
He's not, so that's why I didn't watch it. So they're coming in hot with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, remake from, 2003, and then the follow-up, which is a prequel to that from, I don't know, a couple of years later, from Platinum Dunes, Michael Bay.
Oh, yeah. Great.
What do you think about this art right off the bat? Because I remember there's like a poster for this that I feel like I remember a little bit more different. It's, like it's a little bit more jagged and kind of like weird looking.
Personally, I don't care, Matt. But let me give you the lowdown on what the reception is on this remake.
Tell us.
This remake does have a positive reception, surprisingly, as being one of the better horror remakes. Okay?
Okay.
I don't agree because to me, you don't remake Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What made Texas Chainsaw Massacre so perfect is more than just what they did. It was the timing. You can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. People would argue, though, that for the fool's errand it is, they did a good job with this. Maybe. I don't know. I never watched it. But that's where it stands, dude.
I think Michael Bay with that company, because we talked about this with The Hitcher, he just kind of kept churning out remakes that are just kind of like the same.
He did.
Different story.
He did, and if I recall correctly, this was the first one.
Okay.
Which also probably nobody was tired of it yet, so they were a little more open-minded when this was released. Not to mention a good, 30 years had gone by, I guess. That's a longer gap between... I guess it's not, but let me put it this way. I think most people our age and our generation grew up watching Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and Halloween more than they did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And concerning casuals, not horror fans.
Yeah.
And so I think the idea to them in 2003 wasn't as sacrilegious. You know what I mean? It wasn't as like, oh my God. Most of them, honestly, probably hadn't seen Tobe Hooper's. So they were open to this.
They knew Jessica Biel.
Yeah, I'm sure
that's who they knew.
Yeah, Arlie Ermey's in it.
Oh,
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It has a decent reputation for being a respectable horror remake of a classic, if that even can be a thing that exists.
Yeah, that's the poster that I remember.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah,
came out.
Yeah, so I don't know how people. I'm sure there's fans of this out there, people that just are completionists or want to pick these up or whatever it might be. That's great. I'm curious to know the change in the art here. Obviously, it's like Leatherface in his workshop or whatever. I don't know. Is that what people liking that? Are people not? I mean, I'm sure people are just probably excited that it's coming out in 4K for those that are.
Yeah.
Are you picking this up? Is this something you care about?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Just one. Just two. How far would you go? How many would you buy? Is that it? You stop at two?
What Texas Chainsaw? Okay, well, let me tell you this. Out of these like newer ones, because they keep going.
Yes.
They're still making them.
Oh, yeah.
There are a few I don't mind. One of the, I think the last two... There was one with Alexandra Daddario, the True Detective.
Yeah.
That one wasn't bad.
Is that called Leatherface?
It might be, but then see, I like the originals, and the original part 3 is called Leatherface.
Okay.
That has Viggo Mortensen in it.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay.
And I like 2, where Tobe Hooper did that one, and we've talked about that with Dennis Hopper and all that.
Yeah.
The first 3 I enjoy. Now 3, I mean, they all dip in quality, obviously.
Yeah.
The original's a masterpiece. After that, it went into the one with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger, Next Generation, which I can't stay. I don't even enjoy that on a so bad it's funny level. I don't like it at all. So I guess my cutoff would be the original 3, and then I quasi enjoy. I can turn my mind off and enjoy. I'd have to look up because I get these damn titles confused. Out of the newer ones, there's 2 that I don't mind.
Is that baby Leatherface on the cover there? Is that little baby?
That'd be cute.
Is that what that is? So. Is that little baby Leatherface?
I hope so.
What's he doing?
Dude, that'd be crazy.
What's he doing there? He's tickling something. Was that a chainsaw he's tickling? Look at that. Look at that. Will you look at it? I don't know. Lindsay, what's the temperature on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes and such?
It's got a lot of fans in the chat.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
I changed my mind. I love these films.
And a lot of people did seek it out because of Jessica Biel.
Absolutely, they did. They
yeah,
they
people
messed
are
up
saying
not
it's a
putting her
banger.
on the remade art cover.
Yeah, for real.
Come on. Here's a quick clip of the beginning. Who's in this one?
Here's a quick clip of Jessica Biel.
Let's cut to Jessica Biel, our agent in the field. Who's in this beginning one? Does the cast just keep on going downhill, or do they get some other stars in this one? Who do we got?
I think Arlie Ermy came back. I don't know, dude. I didn't watch it.
Okay. So,
I wasn't a huge fan of this 2000s trend of remaking horror classics. I didn't seek these out.
all right. Who plays young Leatherface? You know.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, you know. He's on his knees the whole time.
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn.
Matt would have seen it. if
Some
it was
real
Yeah,
method
for real.
acting. Every legend. Oh, this trailer is not giving me anything I want. I want to see who's in this stuff.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
watching a
there's, like, no
Texas
faces
Chainsaw
yet.
Massacre remake trailer to see the cast.
All right. Well, we can move on. Oh, wait. There's some people. I don't know.
There's some people.
There's some people there. Let me know in the chat who the hell's in that. But this is what else Arrow's putting out for the month of August. Enemy Territory, John Wayne's last film, The Shootist, Perpetrator, and Poseidon.
Did you get your pre-order in for Poseidon?
I do not want anything to do with that Poseidon. The original Poseidon adventure with Gene Hackman, day one pre-order, absolutely. I feel like Criterion, where is it at this point? Or someone that's doing these like older classics and these like big box releases that they're doing these days for some of these ones.
Yeah.
Give that to me. I don't want that.
I honestly didn't know you were even a big fan of that one.
Loved it.
Dude. Wow.
Love it. I love Gene,
I'm proud of you.
and I love that movie.
I never saw it.
Oh, come on.
What?
What?
Yeah, there we go. See, even Lindsay gasped. What?
It's so fun.
Audible gasp.
Lindsay,
let's
did you
run a
see
poll.
that before, Matt?
No. But
There you
I
have it.
enjoyed it when he showed it to me.
There you, and we've seen it more than once. Let's
Yeah.
run a poll. New Poseidon, old Poseidon.
Gene Hackman does like gymnastics that kicks so much ass.
Hey,
I'm watching now.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's almost like, what's he doing? Like parallel bars?
he's doing something to save the whole friggin' ship is what he's doing.
They should have cast him in Lost World as the daughter.
And he always had, especially in those days too. I told you I watched that movie Night Moves with him in it. And it's like this in some of his later stuff too, but I guess I just never saw enough movies of him at that time where his comb over is so wicked. It is so gnarly how much hair that man like has grown and like fashioned into a hairstyle. And he's like still a suave dude, but his hair is just like this complicated nest that he's woven, and he doesn't give a shit. There's times where he jumps in the water and comes right out. It's not like he's trying to hide it's not like he's trying to hide something, which I appreciate even more.
Oh, there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he comes out and it's all fucked.
You lost me for a second. I didn't make the connection between the hair loss and jumping in water, and you said he just jumped in water and got right out. I was like, what's he supposed to do? Like I
Live there?
What was the task of jumping in the water?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah,
it's-
kinda, yeah.
respect to Gene.
Oh, yeah.
Like Goodfellas, like the
Morty, where he's like,
yeah.
But he's like trying to like, look, no one will ever know. But Gene Hackman's like, I don't give a shit. This took me an hour. I'm still a jump in here and come out again. Give a fuck.
God, you guys have sold me on not only Night Moves but the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah,
Come on,
and
Gene.
Shelley Winters is in it, and she
I
has a
love
really
Shelley
good scene.
Winters.
Yeah, she's awesome in it. She's got a great couple moments in that
Wasn't
movie.
she in From Dusk Till Dawn?
Leslie Nielsen's in it. He's the boat captain. He's not funny at all. It's just
No.
straight. He's
Leslie
just straight.
Nielsen's a very funny guy, man.
Yes, but he's just straight in it. Straight guy. So there's your Arrow titles, everyone. There we have it. Applause for those. Thanks for that Poseidon adventure aside. But I don't want anything to do with this Kurt Russell and who else is in that? Richard Dreyfuss. Who else is in it?
Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss.
I think he's playing the Gene Hackman character. Fact check me out there.
Is it Fergie in this?
What's that?
Is Fergie in that?
Oh, is it Josh Duhamel that's in it?
I thought there was a Fergie tie-in. Maybe it's a different movie.
I think
I'm
it's Josh
thinking of.
Duhamel.
A Fergie tie-in.
Yeah,
They had like Fergie Happy Meals for the Poseidon movie.
Fergie tie-in.
They got the MILF
She had a
money
music
for
video
Poseidon.
filmed on Poseidon.
So
Poseidon. Yeah, that's all she would fucking do.
there's no, so that's all the Arrow news. There's no Criterion news that's passed, but there are two kind of quick updates I wanted to provide on the Criterion front to you and to the audience that maybe is aware, maybe not, obviously.
Is it the announcement of House Party?
It's not, but there was another thing teased right before the show started that A History of Violence is going to be coming out in 4K from Criterion.
That's fitting.
It's an interesting title for them. I mean, kind of cool that they're putting it out.
Yeah. They dabble in Cronenberg.
A little Cronenberg-y.
Yeah.
Why not The Fly?
That's an Arrow title.
Yeah, the studio wants probably to put that out too. They're like,
I think History of Violence and Eastern Promises fit the Criterion mode.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Don't?
No, well, Eastern Promises didn't get there with them, but when I saw it, I was like, I could see it, but I guess I never would have thought of it that way had I not seen it announced. Yeah. I did notice before I get to I want to show the Wes Anderson update. So the box has been revealed and all that stuff. Basically the same night we did the stream and didn't have any details. Like that night, it all came out. So it's not like anyone hasn't seen this at this point, but we're going to show it for a second. But what I did see, Russ, was 1 year ago today, essentially, like maybe like a plus or minus a day. We did a live stream and we covered Criterion News. And 1 year ago to this day, we covered Happiness. 1 year with Happiness. How does it feel?
Oh, it still feels good, dude.
Good.
This film is so near and dear to my heart. You have no idea.
All right. Very nice. I just wanted to share that with you, that it's been out for 1 whole year. It feels like time just flies when Happiness came out in 4K. Things just really zoomed ahead.
It really did. We didn't realize what dark ages we were living in. It was only a DVD.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now here we are. So, Happiness, 1 year anniversary. Wes Anderson box set, that's it right there.
Wait. That was it?
That's it. That's the only celebration.
You literally just brought up a 1 year anniversary.
That's it.
Happiness coming. Okay.
Yeah, we're moving right along.
I thought you were going somewhere with it, but all right.
There wasn't going to be like a cake and a candle or anything. I just wanted something interesting I saw.
Okay.
So here's your Wes Anderson archive. People want to hear about this that they didn't hear about 2 weeks ago already.
Is this like a new thing, doing anniversaries?
I mean, I did share the anniversary of us discussing, I think it might have been more than 1 year though, but I did share the anniversary of Devil's Honey, if you don't recall.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
We needed that to come back. We needed Devil's Honey back.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. I'm sorry.
So here's the Wes Anderson archive. Have you seen this thing?
Seen this? You heard about this?
Hey, you heard about this thing?
Heard about this Wes Anderson?
Have you seen this thing? I mean, have you seen this?
I'm kind of bummed it's so drab.
10 films, 25 years, the Criterion Collection, 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray collector set. 10 films and pristine new 4K restorations. And they also mentioned at the same time that the last 2 titles that are in here that have never gotten a 4K will also get 4Ks and will be separate from this box if you would like to get those. And it's like, what is it? Moonrise Kingdom and the French Dispatch or something, whatever the last 2 were. We'll see it in a second. But this is what it looks like. This is one view of it opened up. Oh, it's Isle of Dogs, I think, and French Dispatch. This is what it looks like opened up, or not opened up, but with all the books, I guess, out and all the discs and the look of it there. And then here's another view of what it looks like on the inside, which I have to sort of, I think this is still a cool item, and I'm interested, obviously, to pick this up when it comes out, at least on a sale month, for sure. I'll be waiting for a sale month, definitely. And I'm curious to see someone pick this up and really do an unboxing of it. I'm interested to see what those books entail, what's inside of them, pages of, art or whatever it might be, how the discs are in there, all that kind of stuff. I am interested in all that. But I would say, kind of like what Lindsay, the producer, said, is this, to me, if this makes sense, this to me looks like something that would be in a Wes Anderson movie, but doesn't look like it represents what Wes Anderson movies look like. Like when I think of every Wes Anderson movie poster, DVD, Blu-ray that you've ever owned, they're always very, they're colorful, they're interesting. There's a lot of art, like design that goes into like making them. And I get what they're doing here, but it just looks like something that lives on, someone in Royal Tenenbaum's shelf, which maybe that's what they're going for. But I feel like there could have been a little bit more of the artistic nature of Wes Anderson represented here that is not. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Am I out of line?
No, you're not at all. I kept my mouth shut because you're a much bigger Wes Anderson fan than I am. If you're a new viewer, I do not hate Wes Anderson. I respect him immensely. Matt is just the bigger fan. So I wanted to hear you out. I like it.
Okay.
And actually, the way you described it as it's one of his characters would have on their shelf, I dig that aesthetic of it. I
guess I
think that's appropriate. But again, I don't know what else. Like, if you go too flamboyant in the other direction,
True.
Like, what do you want it to look like? The cover of Life Aquatic? It would be.
We don't want it to be corny, but I guess I guess inside I want the films themselves to be represented a little bit, different. And maybe like inside when you open it up, it's got all the the art and everything that kind of comes with it, and that's fine. Like I said, I'm not dogging this. I'm going to own this at some point. It's not going to stop me. But just as a commentary, I feel like the films themselves could have been represented in a different way. Maybe not. I mean, it would obviously clash with everything that's going on here. This looks like a very complete thought.
You're right. Also, it would probably go a long way to see what's inside the book.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have like original artwork and note all that kind of cool stuff. But I don't know. To me, that's very Wes Anderson.
It looks very Coastal Elite. It looks very boat shoe-esque.
It is very Coastal Elite. This is Wes Anderson.
It is. Let's check in with the chat, Russ. Let's see what they're having to say about our blasphemy and like, dudes, get over it. But
I forgot about the Coastal Elite thing.
Yeah.
When I rewatched the live stream from it was last one, right? Oh, I was laughing so hard.
Granular Spirit, when are we going to see Russ's calves?
Ask AI. They got it down.
It is summer, Russ. Show those gams off.
Nah, no.
He needs to tan them first, remember?
That's right. I
got
to
some
hit the tanning
self-tanning lotion.
I'm going to start watching. I'm sorry, but I'm going to start watching the OC and hit the tanning booth, and you guys will see my calves by the end of summer.
Jake Fortier says, the harmonies is what keeps me coming back. When we harmonized earlier, There we have it.
That was nice. I have like the deeper like bass octave. You hit that alto soprano. We were what?
Nerd Theory, when you all sang, I saw the heavens open. That's what you were just saying. Heavens.
Thank you. A super chat is available. Feel free to send money. We will sing anything you want. We take requests.
Oscar Burrows, I'm coming in live from Peddler's Row and very confused that the streets aren't lined with 4K steelbooks.
That's me too.
That would be pretty tight if we had like a walkway that was just 4K. I mean, they'd have to be replaced like daily, but we'd have to have like a nice protective cover on them maybe. But I want my feet to touch the steelbook.
Stolen.
It'll all be those crappy Train Spotting Criterion packages, and we stomp on them on our way everywhere.
Mike's Mega World of Movies, thank you for the £2 tip. Love it. Thank you so much.
Mike.
Really appreciate that. Matt Russ, I may need your help. Having seen all the collections in Roaster Toast section of the show, how about a series of videos of top 10 in a particular genre?
Top 10 our favorite movies of a particular genre?
Give us some clarity on that, but we would love to do any list that we possibly can.
What?
That the people like. That the people want. That both Russ and I agree upon.
Matt loves listing things.
Let's see. Granular Spirit, A History of Violence was leaked to be getting a Criterion release, hopefully 4K. Master and Commander. Now I just need Man on Fire from Tony Scott, and every other 4K release is gravy.
An Arrow Man on Fire would be so good.
Kid Detective is solid.
Google's Trial of the Day. You're the only person I've ever met who has seen this movie. I know, dude. I loved it. The ending of it. I don't know what the last scene of Kid Detective had me laughing so hard.
The Kid Detective did get a Blu-ray release, says Lucas A.
Did it
Blade.
really? I'm gonna have to pick that up. I was unaware of that.
Yep. Oscar Bros Wrangle loves your Kino Hoarder shirt.
Oh,
you are a bit of a Kino hoarder.
I am a bit. Hey, I picked up Kingpin recently.
Hey.
I am a Kino hoarder. I got the Kino. Come on, that's a bit of a tongue twister. I'm trying to say Kino Lorber Kingpin really fast, but I got the Kino Lorber Kingpin 4K recently, so I am a man of my shirt.
Okay, there you go. There you have it.
Matt, tell the fine folks where they soon can get great fashion statements like this. Where can they pick up a shirt like this?
They can't yet.
Oh, sorry, guys.
You can't yet. Maybe one day.
This is genius advertising.
Teasing.
We're building up demand.
You like that? We're taking a page out of Arrow's book. I just want to tease our whole lives. Just keep teasing what we're going to do one day.
And we are soon a website may or may not be going live very shortly, and it may have some 4K Kings merch. That's some word around the campfire, man. That's the people who are telling tales out of school. That's what they're saying, man.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they be yelling. They're a pimp by blood. I don't know.
UK missing out on Texas Chainsaw. Thumbs down, says have you seen? Really? Is it just it's just US release. US UK. Oh wait, I thought it was UK's not getting it. I saw definitely US and Canada. Let's look at this again.
Is 45 really? Wait. Is that a bad?
Yeah,
really?
no UK for the beginning, but not for the remake. That's interesting. Okay.
Oh.
It's lousy.
I bet more people like the remake than the beginning.
Invader was here. Thief, great film, absolutely. Atlantean, Thief. No one can capture the vibe of dudes being pros like man. There you go. Lindsay shouted that out earlier.
Charlie 85 is taking you to task, Matt.
Where's Charlie 85? Thief was boring. Oh man. Whew.
But then Thrill House came up and said Thief is better than Heat. Don't at me.
See, there we go. Getting Thief. I didn't grab the Criterion.
I may agree with him.
What do you like? What did you say? What are you agreeing with? What?
I may say.
What? What is it?
Careful there, Russ.
What'd you say?
No, you're gonna like this.
Okay,
You're gonna like this one. You're gonna
right.
don't come on. Ease those con shoulders. Ease them back. Ease them back. I said I may agree that Thief is better than Heat. Heat has moments that are probably, if you combine them, greater sum together than what Thief is.
Mm-hmm.
But the ending of Heat always bugs the hell out of me.
The final showdown.
Yeah.
It always bothers me too.
It does. And the ending of Thief kicks fucking ass.
I mean, Thief kicks ass beginning to end. Like, let's just be real. There's not a moment where it's not kicking
Thief
ass.
lands the ending better than Heat. I don't think that's a debate. Maybe we're going out on a limb saying Thief is better, but if we're debating who stuck the land, Michael Mann did both. Where did he stick the landing better? It's Thief.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I see a lot of people saying they're going to double dip. And it's awesome because if you have the Criterion, you've got that art and all those features. If you get the 4K from Arrow, you've got not only the original poster art inside, the Arrow cover on the slip, their 4K, their features. It's the full Thief package.
There are titles you should do that with especially Arrow UK and Criterion. Fear and Loathing, they had different features on both. King of New York was a similar situation. If you're a big fan of titles like that and the situation presents itself, you definitely should.
Oscar Burroughs, Willie Nelson still looked like the first of the Mohicans back when Thief came out. Eric Otto, Abel Ferrara directed episodes of Miami Vice.
Wait. Yeah, I take back what I said about Heat. I always forget about Willie Nelson in Thief. It's not terrible, but
it's passable. It's not going to ruin anything for me.
It does take me out.
No,
it does take me
never.
out.
No, James Caan keeps it 100 and it keeps the scene alive. Give me a break. Jessica Biel is in TCM 2003. That reason alone is worth watching the film for. That reason alone is worth the blind buy.
I mean, why? Just watch Rules of Attraction.
New Metal Ricky, don't sleep on Texas Chainsaw 2003. Banger.
I know. I know Ricky would love that. That's definitely a New Metal Ricky film. I said it had its fans. Guys, I was completely honest about it up front. I said, I don't dig it, but I'm not very kind to classic horror remakes. But I correctly pointed out that this one is held in high regard.
High regard.
Another one, it's in the same camp as Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake.
I actually think that one's pretty good.
See what I mean? A lot of people consider the 2003 TCM in that same camp.
Okay. Fergie plays Glory in Poseidon. That was definitely just...
watching it now. Between Gene Hackman, Gymnastics, and Fergie, that's a must-watch.
Matt watched Night Moves. I now need Matt to lay on top of a table while eating ice cream. I mean, Gene Hackman's many times got his hairy chest out, got his coif all done up.
I was about to say, I need you to do that anyway, and I haven't seen Night Moves.
Night Moves is great, Russ, says Mike. It is great. I'm picking that up at the July Criterion sale for sure. Let's see. Eastern Promise is better than History of Violence. That's an interesting debate. I feel like I go back and forth sometimes. I just feel like History of Violence might be the one that I like more, but it's a hard one to choose. What do you think?
I think History of Violence is more entertaining and a little more outlandish.
So it's makes that more a little entertaining.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Eastern Promises feels a little more real.
Mm-hmm. A little more dour.
Yeah. History of Violence almost, well, I guess isn't it based on a comic book? I know there's some comic
I believe so.
to it.
Yes.
I guess that's what I'm getting at. History of Violence has almost like a comic feel, where Eastern Promises, as you said, feels just more shit, this is depressing mafia, you know.
Right.
Sometimes I get confused which is which movie, and I have to remember the one is Maria Bello's Bush, and the other one is the nude bathhouse fight.
Yes.
And that's how I remember which one's which.
She could say that, we cannot.
We cannot. And I'll say, I know we've had this conversation before. You probably repeat what I'm about to say word for word, but it has some of the most interesting sex scenes in a movie. Like I guess I've never seen, and there, I believe I'm saying this correctly, I guess I've never seen in a mainstream, so to speak, movie from a regular director with Viggo Mortensen and whomever else where they're like 69ing. Have you ever seen a sex scene in a not softcore or hardcore porn thing where someone's 69ing?
One time. And it was crazy too because it was American Tail.
With Fievel
Goes West. Yes.
He was trying to eat his own tail.
Completely unexpected, man.
Completely.
My mom grabbed my hand and rushed me out of that theater so fast. No, you're right. I've never nah, not off the top of my head.
It's a little odd. Some of the scenes are a little strange. It made me feel weird when I watched it. I wasn't ready for Cronenberg to get all up in my craw like that.
Yeah, well, man, it's always healthy to learn new sex positions.
I liked it. Taught me a lot. None of your business. Can't wait for Matt to celebrate his 1-year anniversary of his aspect ratio video without Russ. We'll celebrate that soon. We'll celebrate that soon. Bad host.
Bad host.
All right, it's always a pleasure checking in with the chat. But I did see also someone say Wes Anderson is the king of pastels. Mm-hmm. And he is. And I feel like that box is brown and drab. It could have been, how about this? Would it be off base to say that box could have been pink, yellow, like a pastel color? Same exact thing, exactly presented the same way, but the box itself wasn't like brown. What do you think about that? Think on that. We'll be right back. Let's move along.
I think one thing I do like about that one though is it looks like a coffee table book. Like I would want to put that like on my shelf, like
but see, that
with other books.
That's not what I want.
But
I want it to be like with my shit. It's not.
I don't like beige, and I don't think that he's a beige guy.
Lindsay, you're triggering Matt. It's okay.
Yeah, like see this Godfather shit. I want that. Okay, whatever.
It doesn't look that big. It doesn't look that as.
I don't know.
No, it looks like a nice size.
I gotta. Yeah, I guess we gotta get the rulers out to see because it does. It could be like this.
Yeah.
But I do think it'd be a nice touch if the disc had like a different color story for each that was like evocative of each movie. I think that would really set it off.
I'll take anything, and I hope everyone out there agrees. Except now they're all hitting unsubscribe.
Wow.
They do not adhere to our coastal elite attitude.
No, Dan Joker just said.
This is a very coastal elite. Yes, if you're arguing about what the Wes Anderson box set looks like, yes, this is a coastal elite argument.
Kicking my boat shoes off. All right, Russ, let's move along.
Wait, real quick though, Dan Joker said it looks like the package he received from UPS this morning.
Just needs that Amazon strip of tape. All right, let's see here, Russ.
Dude, they should have did a box like that for Ace Ventura, where it was just a damaged like FedEx box on top of it. That would have been great.
All right, Shout Factory, Scream Factory. Have you seen any Shout Factory, Scream Factory news lately, Russ?
I heard some rumblings.
You heard some rumblings? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to put some of those rumblings to rest and give you some hardcore facts. I wonder who out there is excited to see, just like I know you probably are, Volume 2 of the BLAXPLOITATION collection.
Damn, did Volume 1 even come out yet?
It did.
Real quick.
You didn't get yours?
My birthday's coming up, and that was the only thing I told like my family and close friends and fans.
Flash the address. Happy birthday to Russ. It's my birthday too.
It's always my birthday.
It's always my birthday. August 19th, 4K Ultra HD. Quickly following Volume 1. This Volume 1 came out in May. And this is coming out 3 months after in August. 3 short months.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. It is arriving without that GTA artwork that first one was teased with. So now all the boxes sort of, I guess, will go together a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It looks like this, back to back. So you got that there. All right.
Google's Trello Day said, "That's some Home by 5 artwork right there."
Some sponge some sponging. So this is coming out August 19th, 4K Ultra HD. Like I said, arriving in a greenish box instead of this purplish pinkish one. Have you seen the titles that come with it there, Russ?
I have not.
All right, you ready?
Like I said, I get my news here, Matt.
I'm really happy to
I hear the rumors, but I get the news confirmed here.
I'm here. I'm happy to hear that.
All right.
That's it right there. That's the first one.
Let's say.
Picked you out.
Looks familiar.
This is it. Right here. Here we go.
All right. So what do we got here? Foxy Brown.
Yep, you got Foxy Brown, Friday Foster,
Yeah.
Cotton Comes to Harlem, Bucktown, Slaughter, and Slaughter's Big Ripoff.
I'm not in a big rush to pick this one up, as I was the first one.
Because they're just trying to sweeten the deal with Foxy Brown. And is that the strongest title here? Or is there other ones in here that are strong as well?
Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I've only seen 2 of these.
Okay.
I've seen Foxy Brown and Friday Foster.
I like how badass Jim Brown is down there on Slaughter.
I know. I'd watch all of them, but I just never seen the other ones. That's what I loved about Volume 1. It was a weird, they just got me right.
Yeah.
Out of this weird splattering they put together, it was like, damn, you guys got my favorites here.
Yep.
This is I want to keep going and support this.
Yeah, so this is Volume 1. Coffee.
Yeah, dude. Like Black Caesar is probably my favorite blaxploitation film of all time.
Gotcha. Hell Up in Harlem.
And that's what I
110th
mean.
Street.
It was like, whoa, you guys, this was perfect. I literally just wanted Black Caesar on 4K. So this was
perfect.
ideal.
Yeah, so here's this one, Volume 2. Like I said, 3 months later, and there hasn't been any features mentioned on this yet or what's going to come with it. I'm assuming it'll be something, similar, which they did a really nice job with that other box. It's currently on Amazon. It's like, $169.99. If you get it on Shout directly, it's like $139.99 or something right now. But it's up there. I'm sure it'll come down a little bit. I'm wondering how many volumes, like it's interesting because the other set that they put out is that Shaw Brothers Classics. They're up to like volume 7 or something right now.
They're going to keep doing that.
Dude, they've been putting those out every 3 months since 2023. And how many volumes do you think could possibly be here? Do you think they could put these out every 3 months?
Yeah.
There's just plenty.
Depending, because I mean, they acquired the same stuff. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and they always had it too, I believe. Shouts had this for a long time since DVD.
Yeah.
Or not DVD, but Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can keep doing it, especially if they acquired more, which I believe was part of that deal.
Yeah. Here's an interesting concept I thought of is since it looks like all of these are individual boxes, individual art and all that kind of stuff, and you just have this bigger like wraparound that they all slide into, say these come out, even right now you could do it, but say they come out 3, 4, 5, whatever, you could take all these movies out and make your own personal volumes. Like if you didn't like how they put, what ones they put in here and you were like really passionate about certain ones going together, dude, you can make your own volumes.
What Savage would do that?
You know what I mean? Isn't that a great idea?
Matt's always doing weird shit.
Come on. What? That's a great idea. Tell me out there right now someone's not saying, hey, that's a good idea.
I wasn't expecting our producer to chime in with that.
Friggin' slam me. Last time is she's emboldened because last time she said something about me being cheap, which is incorrect. Now she's emboldened. But no, that's a solid idea. There's no other markings on it that would like screw it up or anything. So like if you wanted certain volumes to be...
The titles are not on the box itself.
No,
not on the back
you're
or anything?
right.
Maybe they're on the back. I don't know. But I feel like that could be something.
Matt?
I doubt it. I bet the back has a J card or an adhesive
sponge
you can just
painting?
pull right off.
Yeah, see, so I'm coming up with great ideas here.
All right, well, Josh W's with you. I should just shut my mouth.
Josh W. See? My people are here. They're here.
I did nothing wrong to you, Matt.
They're all here.
I jumped to your defense.
Oh my God, Eric Otto just said Matt's up at 3 a.m. doing blaxploitation garanimals.
I'm always rearranging my set into new box sets of all my favorite genres.
If I ever can't find Matt, he's just doing stuff like that.
The king of box sets over here.
Tinkering.
You know what
Tinker
else
King.
Shout could do this with, though? They could do it with Roger Corman Productions as well, because they own a ton of them. They could do box sets of Roger Corman, Blaxploitation, Shawscope, all the Hong Kong movies they just acquired. I told you, even with Criterion, we just covered the Wes Anderson set. I feel like box sets are becoming... That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's like the new, hey, maybe this is the last grasp at physical media. It's like, let's get as much money up front as possible as we can for all these titles, then do solos.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested to see now. I obviously they said volume 1 on here. That they came out so soon, I think, is what shocked me. I was like, man, they must have a lot of these in the tank to keep just like pumping out that quickly.
I'll say this.
Or they've been working on this a long time or something. I don't know.
Probably. Well, yeah, I'm sure
Like
they
for
had that
years
plan
off at a
of
time.
doing volume 1, volume 2,
So
volume 3. It's a pipeline.
It's brilliant.
Sure.
It's a really smart move to do that.
Well, one thing that is kind of good in doing it this way,
Yes.
I will say, most people with these, they are genres that, like most people who are going to buy coffee are going to buy Black Caesar.
Yeah.
Most people who are going to buy one Shawscope film are going to buy, the other one. So it's smart, but they're like not doing it in this grand scheme of the way the Columbia sets are, meaning they're just doing 6 movies. It's kind of affordable at $150 rather than if they would have released all their titles in one big box for like $700 that no one can afford.
True,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least they're kind of keeping the consumer in mind still. And, we live in times where they got to do what they got to do.
They got to do what they got to do.
Stuff out there. But I have noticed this trend of box sets, and I feel like, that's what it's going to be, particularly in niche genres that have dedicated fan bases like this.
Well, that's a great assessment of the state of physical media, Russ. That was wonderful. I'm gonna
hit my pen.
Give you the round of applause on that. And but speaking of keeping the consumer in mind, I hope that everyone is excited for these box sets. But I know a lot of people are excited for Miami Vice and World Trade Center coming in hot in the number 2 slot against Miami Vice. People were almost as excited to get World Trade Center as they were Miami Vice. It was neck and neck.
Well, finally, we're going to hear the real story of 9/11.
Finally,
Oh my
as
God.
told by Oliver Stone.
Yeah, it's
The
about-
inside story.
and Nicolas Cage.
Look at him here.
Dude, is that the Observant Report? What, Michael? What's his name?
Michael Pena.
Wow, I didn't know he was in it.
Oh,
Maggie
yeah.
Gyllenhaal as well.
They're all in it, baby. All the hits.
That's a great cast.
It's a great cast.
I can't tell how sarcastic you're being, Matt. I'm excited for Miami Vice.
Oh, I don't. I have no stake in the
Did you
Miami
know
Vice game.
that's the director of Thief?
I did know that. That's why this is a thief
You
night.
can't talk shit.
You didn't give
You have
me.
to be excited about this.
You didn't give me a chance to say this is a thief night. But you're right. He did do this, and there are a lot of people that are excited about this.
I'm excited about this because I've never seen it. I skipped it when it was released. But over the years, I have heard the most random people, respectable, right? Respect, like other filmmakers, critics, people I work with. There's a lot of people out there who have told me that this is actually a great movie.
Okay.
And that it's probably the last great Michael Mann film. And that it was too much in its time.
Yeah.
Nobody got it, type of a thing. I don't know how true any of that is, but it piques my interest immensely, and I want to check it out on 4K.
The look of it reminds me of Collateral. Like the style of like the way that it's being shot, like the look of it. That's what it reminds me of. Like,
Collateral was when he first went handheld digital, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of these shots just remind me of how something like this would look like in Collateral. But you're right, and there's a lot of people. And now tell me what you know about this, because I'm very unfamiliar. But most of the people in any of these comments are like, we want both cuts to be there. There's 2 cuts of this movie, and we want them both. Or no sale. Basically.
I'd imagine whatever cut they're championing is the one that I've heard is like incredible.
Probably a director's cut or an unrated cut or something to that effect. I'm assuming there's a theatrical and whatever.
Hey, you might get it. Kino Lorber on Kingpin, we got the director's cut and the theatrical cut.
You sure did.
So there's hope.
You sure did. And I really am digging.
I know Michael Mann's no Farrelly brothers, but
I'm digging Colin Farrell's like coif in this. It's kind of giving me John Voight vibes with that mullet mustache combo.
That's a requirement in every fucking Michael Mann movie. Every Michael
Great
Mann
hair.
movie has a mullet. Even in the mid 2000s, it makes no sense. But he stuck it out because if he kept, I'm sure if Michael Mann made a movie tomorrow, there are kids running around with mullets these days.
Yeah.
So, dude, he stuck to his guns. He stood 10 toes down on the mullet, man.
And don't forget, it's a mustache combo.
But don't point that out like it's a fucking joke. Every goddamn name one Michael Mann movie that does not. Public Enemies probably had a mullet, and that took place in like the fucking 30s.
Lindsay, have you seen Miami Vice?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Wasn't sure. How many people are out there are excited for Miami Vice?
Can I tell you another reason I'm excited, my friend?
Oh, yeah. You too. You too, Russ. Tell me how excited you are. I forgot.
Think
It's
about
just
it
me and
like
you here.
this. No, think about it like this. Are you like me? I didn't view Colin Farrell as like this great actor in 2006 or whatever.
And
I do
yes.
today.
But I will say the very first movie I saw him in was Minority Report, and I thought he stole every scene he was in.
That's true.
Like, he was very good as like the detective. Yeah. He and I didn't know him from anything. And I was like,
I think the first film I think it was In Bruges. Had to have been, because I didn't see Minority Report. What else would he have done in between that I would have watched?
I don't know, but
I'm pretty sure it was In Bruges.
Yeah, that, and like even the other more recent one with Yorgos, Sacred Deer, Killing of a Sacred Deer.
He has a relationship with him, you know. I loved Killing of a Sacred Deer, but that's what I mean. I feel like I'm gonna watch this now with a deeper appreciation for all of them. Dude, I like Jamie Foxx. I know you're kind of 50-50 with him.
Yeah, a little.
I overall, not saying I love everything he does, but when he shows up and delivers, he delivers.
I'm very interested in checking this out. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm interested in checking it out. And
I might blind buy, dude.
And I'm with you on the Colin Farrell thing. Like, I definitely became more appreciative of his work over time, and now going back probably might be an interesting thing. What's everyone saying out there, Lindsay?
A lot of people love this movie. They say it's fun. Someone said that it's Special K said it's a vibe film, so don't expect like a complex story or anything. But
it looks like a vibe.
Eric Otto said he's a big Miami Vice guy. Special K also said it's their favorite film, favorite man film after Collateral.
Anyone shedding any light on the uncut versus, I guess, theatrical cut?
No, Eric Otto just said both cuts will be there otherwise. This is pointless.
See, a lot of pointless talk.
Damn.
They are billing all of these as collector's editions, so that has in the past meant something, but we did see on Ace Ventura not that long ago, it meant nothing. There was like a trailer and that was it. So is that a collector's edition because there's a friggin' trailer on it I can watch for free on YouTube? Thanks.
If the Shady Act director's cut isn't on Ace Ventura, it's pointless.
Pointless. All right.
I need extended Cannibal Corpse scenes.
And World Trade Center, I'm sure there's not too much talk out there, but I will say...
No, that's what I was talking about.
What were you talking about?
World Trade Center, I need more extended Cannibal Corpse scenes.
Oh my God. Do you see who the chick is second in?
No, who is that?
Maria Bello.
Is it? Wow, it's Maria Bello night too.
Really? Why does that not look like her at all?
If her and Cage don't 69...
I know. I was like gonna say it, but I didn't want to go too far tonight.
I'll say it for us both.
That's a 9/11 conspiracy theory, man.
A lot of 69.
You know who else is in this, Matt?
Who else is in this?
John Bernthal.
One of my faves.
Matt's buying it.
I don't know. Who out there has said one good word about World Trade Center?
Wait, when did this movie come out? John Bernthal was around?
He's been doing stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
He's been
with
booked
Oliver
and busy
Stone?
for like 20 years, I swear.
People have picked out John Bernthal's excellence for a while now.
No, Frank Darabont did, and no one paid attention for like 30 years.
They really should have.
I know, but that's what I mean. He was working with... I was under the impression, when did World Trade Center come out? I thought it was like mid-2000s. Maybe it was later.
I'm not sure, but is there anyone saying a good thing about World Trade Center?
Yeah, someone just said that they prefer it actually. Oh, the Office fan said that they preferred the World Trade Center movie over Miami Vice.
Wow. All right. I'm sure Cage is just giving a real serious take here, probably going for something big. But I don't know. I never checked it out. I did see that awesome interview with Oliver Stone for press run on this. Do you remember we looked at that clip where the lady's like interviewing him about something to do with Vietnam, you know, from his like previous like work. And he says like stone cold face, like just directly to her, like burrows into her soul. I don't even know what even prompts it, but he's like, I've done more dope than you could ever dream of. And just like the clip cuts out and I'm like, wow, what a thing to say. I've done more dope than you can ever dream of. Just in the middle of this interview. And it was for this movie. That was like the press he was doing. I always remember that.
Oliver Stone's the kind of guy like, that's not hyperbole.
No, it's not.
It's not something that we all question. Nobody was like, is he exaggerating? We all just watched it. Yeah, he does. Yes.
He does.
Yes.
He does. Moving on, Russ, to Scream Factory, a title that we're finally going to get the chance to talk about, something that I'm ready for you to Let the fans know out there your deep, darkest feelings.
Are we coming back to Poseidon?
We are not ever again coming back to Poseidon.
Poseidon.
We just kind of flung that out there as like for whoever might be interested. Hey, guess what? That's coming out, but I'm moving on.
Fergalicious.
Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 coming out August 12th, 4K Ultra HD for the first time, but without its original counterpart. All three of these, as you know, Russ, have been released by Scream Factory prior on Blue, the first, second, and third. But now we're only getting 2 and 3. We also, so then there's a bundle that you can also get that does give you, if you want, some extra slipcases and all this with their original art. But for my money, you got to go with these. I mean, this is the stuff, dude. This second one, I remember seeing for like rent somewhere, and like I remember walking past it, and just like it was intended to do, I was like, oh wow, is that another Nightmare on Elm Street movie? Oh, I haven't heard of that one. You know, like I was so confused because I was really little. They totally got me with that and everything else, and it has nothing to do with any of those movies.
I know. I wonder how they got away with that, honestly.
Dude, rip me right off in my brain.
We have to look into that. There has to be a story about licensing issues. And
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, even beyond that, like I always loved how the covers of these are so misrepresentative of who's in it. Like Angela is none of them.
None of those people. None of those people. Here's a quick trailer for 2 unhappy campers.
Yes, dude. Oh, hold on. Let's preface. I am a fan of both of these films, and I consider Sleepaway Camp to be my favorite slasher of the 80s, and I like 2 and 3.
Okay.
Another fun fact. You know who plays the new, Angela in 2 and 3?
No, who?
Bruce Springsteen's daughter.
Wow.
That's right.
Okay.
So she totally eclipsed that loser. There she was right there. If you've only seen there she is right here.
Okay.
If you've only seen the original, what 2 becomes, it leans more, well, I guess the first one's comedic as well. Let's not kid ourselves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
What are you doing?
Come on, Scream Factory. Were we in picture there?
I was going to say at the end of this, wow, we didn't have any issues tonight.
No issues except for blatant
We
nudity.
got about an hour and 6 minutes in.
All right. Well,
Bad host.
Bad host. Was the picture little or big?
It was a big one.
They were big. They were
Two
big,
big
Matt.
boobies.
They were big.
No. All right.
Okay.
Well, it's online already, so what can they do to me?
Maybe the lights are going out
Man,
today.
here we go
Oh
again.
God! All right,
already-
let's
not
switch
showing
over
it
to this
anymore.
one. This will be better.
Well,
Sleepaway Camp 3.
I don't know. Sleepaway Camp 3
I'm not
has some
playing
scenes
that.
as well.
It's
Matt.
even more tawdry.
Let's see.
Is this
Okay.
porno?
Well, I'll jump into my summary of 3.
All right.
So in 3, Matt,
The hell is that lady with the lawnmower?
what happens in 3 is they get groups of disaffected youth from across the country, right, to come to the camp
Yeah.
where Angela is going to attack them. What's hilarious about 3 and what I love about it personally is that it's dealing with disaffected youth, and this is 1990 low-budget horror movie. It is every stereotype you have ever imagined. Like literally, if a black person listens to hip hop, a dumbass white kid is like from the sticks. You know, it's every stereotype you can ever think of, and it's hysterical.
Wow, that tent just exploded.
Yeah. So by 2 and 3, what I was trying to explain before we took a detour into pornography, it's Angela is the deranged counselor now,
Okay.
who basically hunts down people who are disrespectful to the camp,
Okay.
or lack morals.
Oh, I got it.
You know what I mean? She takes it so seriously. If
Okay.
you have sex, she's going to kill you. If you do anything like that, that's what it is.
This is like a family film. It's like takes the moral high ground.
Yeah, but it's absurd. And
Okay.
but here's the key. It knows it's absurd.
It looks absurd.
It's not trying to pretend like, oh, we're making some serious horror movie. It's leaning into the comedy. It knows. And
Yeah.
wisely so. It makes it utterly enjoyable. Nowhere near the original. The original is a masterpiece of 80s camp cult horror. But 2 and 3, you can't go wrong. They're fun, man.
Can't go wrong.
They're fun. You will laugh. You will laugh.
So-
And you'll see a lot of stuff that Matt really wanted you to see.
Yeah. I've never clicked away so fast in my life. Wait, Russ. So Devin Lott said that it's Bruce Springsteen's sister, Pamela
really?
Springsteen. And actually, when they showed her, I was like, wow, his daughter's kind of older. He must have had her real young. She looked a little
I mean,
older, right?
Springsteen's been around since the early 70s, and this was the late 80s. That's why I thought
Maybe
that.
little sister,
Yeah.
Pamela Springsteen.
Wow. Thank you. I thought it was his daughter. I'm giving Bruce way too much. Or am I not? Am I insulting Bruce or am I complimenting him? I don't know.
I think
who
you're
cares.
complimenting Pamela.
Yeah.
This is the one we want.
I want all three.
But you want them all together in a box set?
Yes. Sure. I would do that. If Scream put together a box set of all three, I would definitely pick that up.
Yeah. I was reading some of the comments that apparently it's not that the first one's negative or whatever is completely lost and unknown or destroyed. It's just, I guess, been, I don't know. And again, this is just what's out there, that maybe it's been misplaced, that they are looking for it, and that there would be plans, obviously, to put this out. They just couldn't. And I guess maybe they wanted to get these other ones out first. I'm not sure.
I hope it happens. As I said, that is probably my favorite 80s slasher flick of all time.
When you go camping, just take the essentials.
I'm telling you, man. You guys, Matt and Lindsay, what are your thoughts on Sleepaway Camp? I showed you to that film.
You did?
Years ago.
You did?
What were your thoughts?
I liked it.
I did too.
I actually thought, and I remember telling you this right away, that I felt like for it being 80s, low budget, etc., that the production value of it was actually really good. I felt like I was watching like highbrow cinema.
You were.
Some of the effects and some of the kills and stuff, I was expecting it to look cheaper or like not as like what I expected it to be. And I was like, wow, that shit's kind of horrifying, some of it.
What about the plot?
Plot's cool. Ending cool. Ending shocking. Memorable.
One thing I'll say that I love so much about Sleepaway Camp, all right? Do you remember the beginning when the aunt is sending them away? And, you know, she's like, oh, no, we couldn't have that. And, like, she's very...
So bizarre.
And what I love about that is I think when you first watch Sleepaway Camp, you're watching that and you're thinking, hey, is this bad filmmaking?
Yeah.
Is this like a really bad actress in a low-budget 80s horror film? And then when you finally watch it and you realize the ending and you realize what this story is, you understand that scene means something different when you rewatch it. It's like, wait, she's being literal about they can't see certain, you know. And I honestly, I just think it's more clever sometimes than it gets credit for.
Expert filmmaking.
I mean? No, it's a weird. It is unintentionally funny, but it's clever too, dude. It's subversive.
Lindsay,
subversive is a good word.
How are people feeling about Sleepaway Camp, Lindsay?
I don't
1,
know.
2, or 3?
The whole chat's just been talking about boobs for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, a lot of boob talk, huh? Real mature. Real mature.
I wish I was kidding.
God, real mature.
Really
Lindsay,
funny.
lay the ban hammer down if you need to.
It's
Ban them
making me
all.
laugh.
This is a family place.
I know. Matt was just trying to get super chats.
This is a family place where only
like you might
I'm
get
allowed to
a
show
lot of new
trailers with
subs.
nudity. Only me can I show the nudity. Anyway, moving along, I'm happy for you, Russ. You'll be getting some fresh titles here from Scream Factory right away, first day kind of a thing.
Yeah. I would definitely get this first day.
All right.
Definitely pre-order.
And then just to segue into Steelbooks, Scream Factory's putting some of their previous 4Ks out in Steelbook form, and then there's some other new Steelbooks to discuss. Would you like to talk about Steelbooks?
Yes. Why do you think I'm here, Matt?
If you said no, we could skip it.
I'm going to try that one day. I'm going to
just close up.
Wait, he's going to talk about regarding Henry, and I'm just going to flat out reject it. No.
If it was regarding Henry, I wouldn't even ask your opinion. I would just go right in and not stop. So Scream Factory, here's a couple quick hits. These are Steelbooks that they're putting out, 4K Steelbooks of titles that they've already put out. First one, Prince of Darkness.
Love it.
I think this is actually, I think this is the best art of all three that we're going to watch or look at. They both, all of these have like when you span it open, it's like a full picture of something. Mm-hmm. This one looks really cool to me.
It is. And can I say why?
Because it's cooler than the movie?
Yeah.
Basically.
It has to be. Like, and listen, I again, John Carpenter is my right arm.
Yeah.
I like this movie. Do not get me wrong. I'm buying this. But yeah, you got to convince him.
Yeah.
There's the cover. Yeah.
Prince of Darkness, everyone. Another John Carpenter classic, Ghost of Mars.
Oh, it is much better than Ghosts of Mars, though. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to put that out there. Prince of Darkness is the movie. Ghosts of Mars, shit, praise. It was like in the same room with.
I'm getting too much nostril here.
Well, you haven't seen the movie. It makes a lot of sense contextually.
Does it? Is the villain always towering above someone where you always have to look up the nostrils?
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Well, yeah, the story is Ice Cube, Pam Grier, and whoever else was in the movie. They travel to Mars to find the legend of the missing nostril.
And then they all get tied up, it looks like, when they finally find it.
Well, it turns out it was a bunch of Martians that stole this nostril that held the key to humanity finally facing off against a robotic future back on Earth.
What a film. John Carpenter, way ahead of his time.
Starring Jason Statham as the beekeeper.
Who's the nostril person? Who's that?
It's Melinda Clarke.
Sandra Bullock. And then lastly,
Fergie.
Drag Me to Hell. 4K Steelbook.
Dude, hasn't this been released like 6 times?
Yeah, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop.
No, I'm being honest. I thought this Steelbook existed already.
I think it might have existed at like a Walmart exclusive, maybe. Maybe it's wide now.
Man, are people really buying Drag Me to Hell that much?
I don't know. I really wanted to like this movie so much, and I didn't like it.
I know. We're in that.
I know. It was
disappointing.
It was.
Because it was thrown at us as like return to form, Sam Raimi, early Evil Dead days, and we bought in. And
we bought right in.
Yeah.
We bought right in. Well, none of these are pickups for me, but I wanted to show them to you, Russ, to get you excited, and the people at home excited as well. But the title on 4K the 4K Steelbook I am going to be picking up is the Monty Python and the Holy Grail Steelbook that's coming out in 4K. Coming out August 26th from Sony, our Lord and Savior.
They took a chance on this title, didn't they?
They were like, will we make a few bucks? I don't know. I don't know if we will or if we won't. This has been released a bunch of times, and for those of you that watched our very first sort of like collection tour video, we didn't go through every title ever, but just most of them, ones we liked or proud of or laughed at or whatever. I don't know how many people out there have owned Monty Python and the Holy Grail on Blu-ray. They've been like, 40th anniversary editions and all this kind of different stuff. But the one that I specifically own, which I showcased in that video,
you have that Lego edition,
is this Castle edition, which is badass in its own right, in the fact that it like opens up and things slides out, and like the movie and everything else are inside like this tray, and just this castle box alone is cool. Like, look, it's got all the different like characters looking through the windows, whatever else. But the one thing that I don't know if I'm not going to be able to do right now, but the one thing that it does is it turns into a catapult, and it gives you plastic animals to fling over the castle, like that one scene in the movie where they're doing that to the people outside. And I just thought that was such a brilliant touch.
That is. For
what once was a towering format, Blu-ray, where people gave a crap.
And that's really
thick. Dude, this thing is great. This was 40th anniversary, I guess. So this is the 10th anniversary of my 40th anniversary, Russ.
They don't make them like this anymore.
They don't. How many people have the Catapult edition? Let me know.
Is this 4K?
No, that's Blu-ray that's the 40th anniversary edition.
I'm upset I didn't get this.
It's badass.
How much was this at the time?
I think it was real cheap because it had been out for a little while. But
really?
Dude, the catapult function on there, like it's a legit like plastic like spring thing that you flick them over the castle. It's awesome.
Do you think I
wouldn't do any of that, Matt, but I'm just saying.
We did.
I did. I did.
That's true, but it was you and
it was fun.
It was with your son, right?
It was me alone, and we did it together on that video.
Do you think you'll get the Steelbook and put it in the castle?
It's possible.
I know you like to Frankenstein things.
I do like to Frankenstein things, but I will say this Steelbook is pretty clutch. This looks pretty cool. I like this blue color, everything they're capturing here. And then opened up, I think they did a great job on the inside. I love how it's like the full cast, and then the back there with the Lord glowing. I just think this is a really well done Steelbook.
It is.
For this film, I think it's great. It
is. You don't want to reinvent the wheel.
No.
You don't want to change what does. This has a core audience. You don't
Definitely.
need to bring anyone else in. They know. It's yes.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a new 4K restoration with Dolby Vision, HDR, and Atmos. The UK VHS version in HD for the very first time also being included. And I saw a lot of people commenting about how that's the only version that they really know because this is the one they watched on TV all the time. Certain scenes are different and so forth. So they're really happy that that's included. A new retrospective on 50 years of the Holy Grail with 25 different comedians discussing and a bunch of archival commentaries, featurettes, but possibly not everything. I know this has been released a dozen times. Who knows if you're going to get everything in there, but for what it says you're getting, it's an awesome package, I think.
Yeah. And I don't own it.
Is it time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the one I'm going to get. This is the one for me.
Yeah. I love Sony. I think I could see this one getting like the bigger, harder box, collector's edition treatment, like Blazing Saddles or something that like those types.
Definitely. I could see that as well.
Sony doesn't do that, though.
No. And this is the one for me.
I'll live with it. For me. No, it's perfect. Steelbook, perfect. It represents the film beautifully. Yeah. I agree. I don't know. What do other people want next from Monty Python in 4K? Life of Brian?
That's what I would think.
What are the other bangers?
In the movies?
Mm-hmm.
I guess Holy Grail, Life of Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Does Fish Called Wanda count? We have that though, right?
We
that
do
a 4K.
That was only blue, and Aaron put that out.
Yeah.
I love that movie. No, I don't think they. No, there's one more that I'm forgetting, like a big one. I feel like.
Dude, we have a huge British audience.
I know. Where's the
Lindsay, the producer? Ask our audience, what are the essential Monty Pythons?
Let us know.
Let us know.
They didn't let us know
yet.
Give
it to us.
Dead parrots.
Trying to see.
I've only seen Holy Grail.
Meaning of life.
Okay.
The meaning of life. That's it. That's
Google's Shallow Day wrote that as you were saying it.
Thanks.
Is there only 3?
Like I didn't dig that deep, but those are the main 3 that I know.
Okay, I was about to, because damn, I was like, I've seen 2 out of the 3 then.
Yeah, those are the main ones that I'm aware of. But how many people are excited for this out there, Lindsay?
When I was a little kid, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go.
I was gonna say, when I was a little kid, my uncle, he showed me the always look on the bright side of life scene with like like Jesus on the cross, and it was dancing, and it was like, I was so young. I had never seen anything make jokes about that before. And I just remember thinking like, holy shit, what
am I watching? Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice.
That was a nice little aside. I like that. That made me feel good.
Thank you for allowing me to take that little trip down memory lane.
I really liked it.
Thank you.
Lindsay, what are the people saying about Russ's story and this new Steelbook?
I saw someone said they were definitely going to get a day one, but I can't scroll far up enough to remember who it was. And then there's a bunch of people quoting it, so I think that's a good sign that they're also possibly going to get it.
Was anyone quoting Ghosts of Mars?
No, but Granular Spirit said to look up John Carpenter getting pissed off at a fan for disrespecting Ghosts of Mars and Escape from LA. Have you guys seen that clip?
Oh, he gets mad?
I saw it. Yeah. Well, he does.
Is the fan a dick, or does he like get... He shouldn't have gotten mad.
No, the fan's a dick. How do you piss off John Carpenter?
Okay.
But John Carpenter's adamant. I mean, John Carpenter doesn't look at those movies as trash.
Of course not, yeah.
I like Escape from LA, to be honest.
But not Ghosts of Mars.
It's trash.
But not Ghosts of Mars.
I wouldn't say that to John Carpenter.
Never.
He'd be an asshole.
Never say it to him.
It's a dick move. Was the person. It's always a dick move to bring up like what everyone perceives as your failures to you. What motivation do you have in bringing that up?
Yeah, it's just rude.
To piss you off.
Yeah. And all filmmakers have them. All filmmakers. You can't name one filmmaker that doesn't have, even Kubrick. You could pick a movie. Full Metal Jacket isn't universally beloved by all critics and everyone. Like there's always going to be 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like it's rude.
It's rude. We love you, John. Sorry about that guy that said those things. And about what I said too.
Unless you're Jonah Hill.
Moving along, Russ, one of the last steel books on the list, which I don't have any art for, and we just have a verbal confirmation, really, and that's it, from the man himself, Kevin Smith, and that's that Dogma is going to be getting a 4K steel book per Kevin Smith himself. You ready for it, finally? You ready to rewatch this movie after all this hype?
Kevin Smith's ready.
He's ready.
I feel like I hear him talking about this every hour.
Every hour there's new news.
I don't know what the algorithm thinks I love Dogma.
And Kevin Smith.
I do. I respect Kevin Smith, but I never liked Dogma all that much.
Okay.
But wow, I didn't realize how high Kevin Smith holds Dogma. I didn't know.
Maybe it's just lost for so long.
I saw something the other day. Again, my algorithm. He said Dogma is the last of my movies to be universally beloved. And I'm seriously is that where we're at?
Maybe, I guess. I don't know what.
I know he talks about Chasing Amy having like a revision. Like he says, like times have changed. Okay. I get Clerks. I've known people because it's black and white and a little too crude. Honestly, I've never heard anybody trash Mallrats. I've never heard anyone trash Mallrats. I've never heard anyone trash Jay and Silent Bob. It was just weird. He said this is universally his only beloved film. Honestly, I've heard more people have mixed reactions to this than his other ones.
Is he saying his only or his last? Because
the
what's
way
come
he
out
worded
after
it, he said only, and it's. I mean, dude, he could have been tongue in cheek, but it's just. I never viewed this film as that important, to be honest.
Well, I think in the same interview, he mentioned Clerks 2 might be getting a 4K also. I
like that more.
Clerks 2.
but hold on, before everyone like gets angry at me.
Yeah, it's too late.
The jail scene in Clerks 2 saves the whole movie for me. If you had taken that scene out, I probably would have hated Clerks 2. But the Randall and Dante scene when they're in jail, I really like that scene a lot.
Okay. Wow. I don't remember liking Clerks 2. I'm hoping for Clerks 1.
We need that in 4K. It's going to look amazing.
I really need that update, that upgrade. Yeah. I need that Dolby Vision Atmos sound for my Clerks 1.
Yeah. When they put down packs of cigarettes on the counter, we got to feel it.
Chewlies gum, and you're here doing what? Trying to stir up a commotion? What does she say? The way she says it, it's so funny. Veronica. Anyway, let's move along now that things have completely gone off the rails here. And the last leg of the show, the last leg, Russ.
Wait, what's the news about Dogma?
That there's a 4K Steelbook coming out.
Oh.
Very soon. By the end of this year, we will have one.
Russ
That's the
forgot
news.
He cares that little.
That's the news. That by the end of the year, there's going to be one, and we're going to be covering it every step of the way. We're going to have to wake Russ right up and let him know, hey, Russ.
Force him.
More time to talk about Dogma and 4K.
I want to rewatch it. I said this on a live stream before.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. I didn't get it.
Okay.
I did not get it. This ending made no sense to me. I did not understand the movie.
Well, a lot of people seem to be excited, Kevin Smith included. Maybe Clerks 2, maybe Clerks 1. Maybe we'll get a View Askew universe box set one day.
It's never going to stop. So I don't know.
All right, well. Next up on the list, Russ, not a Steelbook anymore. Not a Steelbook. We mentioned this. Oh, I guess this is technically an
update.
So last time we mentioned that Lionsgate was putting out a few different Steelbooks themselves, and they were rumored to have been putting out Frailty. And Frailty has been now revealed, but it's not as a Steelbook. And it still kind of confused me because it looked like from the images that it looked like it could be a Steelbook, but it sounds like it's a digipack instead. So here's the artwork itself here, which I actually really like for this movie. I think that's pretty cool. This sort of like stained glass church windowy kind of thing. Got your Lionsgate Limited sort of branding on it, probably like a slide cover that comes down. Yeah. Classy. And then this is what it looks like opened up, which I also think is pretty nice looking. You have not seen this movie, so you don't really have any stake in this.
No, I have, but when it debuted, I remember next to nothing about it.
I see. Okay. Well, it's coming out with 4K Dolby Vision and Atmos.
Am I not providing enough information, man?
No, you're doing great, Russ. You're doing great. You're doing awesome.
Let me get some coffee.
Is this something that you will be picking up, given that you know or remember next to nothing about it? Is it something you would go back to again?
I wouldn't blind buy it, but I would like to rewatch it.
Okay.
this could be an excuse for me to rewatch it and possibly pick it up.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, as someone who is a fan, you seem very pleased with this artwork.
I think it's cool.
It definitely fits. Because from what I remember, I remember McConaughey more for some reason in my memory.
Yeah, it's like him speaking. He's telling a story that they're flashing back to. So it is a little bit like not 50-50, but it's close.
But you're saying it fits the movie. As a fan, that's awesome.
I think it's cool. Yeah, I think what the story is, what Bill Paxton's character is, all of this really, matches the vibe. I think that's it doesn't give you this sort of like, horror. Like this looks like a murder, like there's an axe and which there is an axe involved, as you can see, it's on here. But the way that it's portrayed on this cover, this looks like watching like a slasher movie or something.
Exactly. And that was one of the feelings I remember thinking. I felt a little misled. And even at the time, I was like, if I would rewatch this knowing what it is, I think I would enjoy it more than what I was led to believe. Right.
Yeah. No, I think this looks cool. Definitely. I thought it was a steelbook. It would have been a cool steelbook too, but I like this as a digipack. There's like some old features that are coming with it, but once again, Lionsgate putting new stuff on here. Something called More Stories from the Frailty Set and Father Figure Establishing Shot. I don't know what that is, how long they are, but it's new from Lionsgate Limited directly. New features.
Look at Lionsgate.
Yeah, new features.
New features. 2025. Lionsgate's doing new features.
Yeah, I like so far, I like what they're doing. I think I like it more when they're putting out 4K debuts and not like redoing steelbooks of 4K steelbooks of things that already exist in 4K, just with like their new art or whatever. Definitely. That they're debuting these titles, I think is cool. Like The Way of the Gun, Benicio del Toro, Ryan Felipe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Frailty.
Will you be picking this up?
Yes. Definitely will be picking this up. Lindsay, how many people are picking this up out there?
People want it on sale.
All right. So that's not many.
You didn't bring up the price tag.
I did not. You're right.
They don't even care. They want it cheap.
They don't care what it is. I'll buy it when it's cheap. Okay, that's fair. We'll take it. That's fair.
Lionsgate, if you're watching, that's your takeaway.
That's your takeaway.
Eric Otto says, if I can get it for 15 bones, yes.
15 bones.
15 bones. Your
Walmart
move.
dollar bin.
Your move, Lionsgate. 15 bones. Wow, this conversation went off the deep end for my favorite film, Frailty. Another title I saw, which doesn't mean anything to me either, but probably means even less to you.
Great lead-in.
But I wanted to share it just because this is where we're at, and that's the Karate Kid Ultimate 6-film collection. And
why does this mean nothing to you?
one of the main reasons why I laughed at this and brought this up at all was because we just did a video of the best part 3s of all time. And in that video, there were some people in the comments, they were saying, does it have to be trilogies, or does it have to be like, could it be something that, like continued on into film 7, 8, 9 or whatever, but the first, like the part 3 or the first 3 are the ones. And I think we talked about
we should do a video,
Indiana Jones and such.
Yeah, we should do a video where it's like series that should have been trilogies,
series that died. Yeah. No, that's smart. And by no means am I going to say that Karate Kid 1, 2, 3 is a perfect trilogy at all, but it definitely starts dying off instantly after that, unless you're a fan of Hilary Swank.
I loved that one.
All right, there's your demographic.
That became
folks.
my whole personality when that came out. I think I was like 8.
Became your whole personality.
I loved her.
Did you want to learn karate or karate?
Yeah, I wanted to learn karate. I wanted to dress like her. I wanted those bangs. But isn't there a new one coming out? Didn't we just see a trailer?
That's it. That's
so it's already obsolete.
Here it is. So this is literally announced while the corpse of this most recent one is still like warm. It is not even cold yet before they are putting out the box set with this 6th one in it. So you got the Hilary Swank, you got the Jaden, and now you got this new one with.
That's included.
Yeah, they're all included.
It is in there.
That's good.
Okay.
They're all in there.
I didn't know that movie came out yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's still like over there on the shelf rotting, and they're deciding we better capitalize on this while we still got the chance.
You guys have both confused the hell out of me. So the most recent Karate Kid,
yes,
is in this set.
Yes.
Okay, then that's a positive. That's good
for now.
Yeah, I thought you said it wasn't in there.
Because there might be another one.
I thought it bombed. I thought it's done terrible, and the audience hates it.
They hate it.
Yeah, so they're probably not going to keep going. They're just going to keep doing the TV show.
Yep.
So it is the ultimate collection.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
That's
the
a
ultimate.
good sign for this
For
set.
now.
This probably will be, in the film world, a definitive Karate Kid set.
And what could make it more definitive, in your opinion, outside of containing the 6 films?
Remove like half the movies in here. Just give me part 1 and I guess 2.
None of your business said, can they release a box set without Will Smith's kid?
It makes it more definitive when you get the official headband to wear while you watch the movies. That's what makes it official.
That little planogram or whatever, that thing is sick. What is that?
I don't know, but when you open up the box, you get the iconic scene here of Danielson doing the crane kick in the final match.
That looks really cool, I have to admit.
And you got some playing cards, it looks like. I hope they have like stats.
Yes.
I hope they have stats on the back where it's like Johnny, like 5 strength, 5 out of 5 strength, like 3 out of 5 defense, like
You
that
remember
kind of
back
stuff.
in the
Luck,
80s?
intelligence,
Yeah,
all those things.
Remember back in the 80s when we all used to like trade around our Karate Kid cards?
Dude, if
Lindsay, did they do that with the Hillary Swank one?
dude, just give me.
If they did, I would have been there.
Oh, it was a big thing at like recess or in the cafeteria. Like, nah, dude, you got the Mr. Miyagi rookie card.
I got Terry Silver. Yes.
Oh, we would flip out.
Dude, Terry Silver damn near
Terry Silver,
murders people in the 3rd movie.
Honestly, though, if you go back to like 89, 90, first off, this was when we stopped collecting them as much.
Yeah.
But the Terry Silver one, that was the one everyone wanted to get rid of, remember?
That's the only one I wanted to collect.
Everyone always had their eye on that special edition Johnny Lawrence in the skull.
The foil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone got rid of the Terry Silver card.
Dude, Terry Silver, look at him there. And you got the Crease, John. What's the sensei's name in Cobra Kai? Is it Crease?
Yeah, it's John Kreese, isn't it?
Why does that sound terrible?
It sounds
Why does that
weird
not
to
sound
me
right?
Because I'm a Man on Fire fan, and his name is Kreese in that movie, and I always
Is that his
fuck
real
this
name?
up. What?
I feel like I'm fucking this up. Is that his real name?
Just one of the guys guy.
No. That's Johnny Lawrence. No, that's
Yeah.
William Zabka. I'm talking about the sensei for Cobra Kai.
Matt, who's on first?
This Karate Kid segment has just really imploded this whole channel. I'm not getting it. That's end of story.
But hey, this is 2 for 2 live streams where you dressed up as a character from the movie we're talking about. Remember, you're the Cobra Kai skeleton? You wore that like tight little suit.
I was the Cobra Kai skeleton one year for Halloween.
It
Our
was.
producer just loves putting your business out there, Matt.
That's why she's the producer. She keeps us all in check.
I need more of your backstory, Russ, so I can pepper your stories in.
Oh, I am hiding all information from you from now on.
This is the only collection we need right here. This is classy. You got all
Those
3
look
titles
nice.
in there in their own boxes with their own slips, original art, each one. This is the only thing you need. You don't need those other 3 movies, and you certainly don't need a headband.
Do you need the Hillary Swank one, Lindsay, the producer?
I would love to rewatch that and make my son watch it so it can continue to live on and be appreciated.
Would you allow your son, Matt, to watch, what was it called, The Next Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Only if I wasn't there.
Wow.
I can't sanction it.
You just
shit
heard
you make
what
us
the
watch.
producer.
You're so rude.
You just heard how important it is to our producer, how it formed
Russ,
her personality.
This
If
is the
she
hill.
wanted
You
to,
are saying no. I
Wait.
will not be present for this.
no, hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Let me back up. I thought you were.
You showed them
I
Baron
thought-
Munchausen.
That's
I
exactly
thought
where
you
my
were
mind went.
implying that if Finn wanted to watch it, would I sit there and watch it with him? No, I would not. But if this was some sort of like family moment of a deep, heartfelt film from our past where we want to share it as a family, I would watch it. I watched Encino Man
I
that
know.
way.
That took me 11 years to get greenlit, too, by the way.
Encino Man.
Matt, do you know I'm a big fan of My So-Called Life?
I do know that.
I just want to bring it back to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We got a couple of titles left, Russ. Just a few things left. You got any more juice in the tank?
Hopefully they're not related to Karate Kid.
First up, just wanted to mention these briefly just because I thought it's, again, not something that I'm going to personally purchase, but I think it's kind of cool that these are coming out. Imprint, every once in a while, they put these gigantic box sets out of different things. They put out the Never Ending Story one that I really wanted, but it was extraordinarily expensive, but what a lovely collection. Well, they had rumored that they were going to put out the 4K for The Keep almost at the same time that Vinegar Syndrome was debuting theirs, and I feel like it was sort of a big deal within the community that like was really interested in picking that up. I know there's some cuts out there that have been rumored that will never see the light of day, and that's the stuff people really want. But
Did you know that's the guy who directed Thief?
that's why it's you once again didn't let me get through the intro to then say it's Thief Night.
Thief Night. I thought it was Maria Bello Night.
Well, we got a couple more titles left. If she shows up in one more, we're tied. Thief Night.
I thought it was Hillary Swank night.
It's certainly not her night ever. It's Terry Silver's night more than it's hers. The Keep. And the Vinegar Syndrome one, you know, the cover art and everything, it was nice for this film, but Imprint's obviously interested in doing these like big box versions, which this is certainly one of those. The movie itself,
awesome.
It does, dude, and that's the thing. Like the movie itself, like what it is, the arts, the visuals of it, everything that I see in stills, and I'm sure the Tangerine Dream soundtrack is probably great. It just all looks so great, but every comment is, yeah, but this movie's a piece of shit.
I know,
and that sucks so bad.
What are you doing?
I want to just show you what's out there. Again, another adult. There's like a literal stone cross that fits in. See how it fits into the box with the being or whatever that creature is that's inside of there.
Yeah,
stone golem.
I don't know. Whatever that thing is.
I know Scott Glenn. He's up in it.
Scott Glenn's in the box?
Scott, I wish he was in the box. Now he's in the film. Uh-huh. He's in the film. You got scripts, you got posters, you got box within a box.
You know what I think we should do? I think you and I should split this all blind buy.
Oh.
And to make it fair, we'll make it part of the set.
Okay. It is pretty cool looking. And I will say it comes with, and more titles should do this, the soundtrack on CD.
That's cool.
I have a few like that.
It's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we got that American Psycho and there was, I mean, it wasn't the soundtrack, it was literally Huey Lewis and the News album in there that was hilarious. But to give you the score on a CD, and it's the Tangerine Dream.
Grindhouse Releasing does that a lot. Or they used to, at least. Like with a lot of Giallos and Fulci stuff. It would come with the soundtracks on CD. Pieces, they did it with that too.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm thinking of Blue Underground when I just named those other titles.
Lindsay, we got people out there excited for The Keep one more time?
I don't think so, really. Atlantium said that they watched The Keep the other night for the first time. The first 25% of it was good, and the soundtrack was super tight.
Well, bear with us for about 45 minutes. We're going to read you the features.
Oh, my Lord.
So much stuff. And again, look at how many things are new. Like it's all new. So many different, there's like 4 different discs. Again, one's a soundtrack, one's 4K, 2 are Blu-ray. There's a hardback booklet with tons of just everything here looks like new. I did not cross-reference this with what Vinegar Syndrome did. I apologize. You're going to have to give me a pass on that. But I have a feeling that if you want to know something about The Keep, it's on here.
No excuses. You should have cross-referenced all of this.
Wow.
I feel like it's a vision test.
It is. So there's that. And then the other thing, I don't have a picture of it here. They're also putting a Dune box out. A big, gigantic Dune box. It looks very similar to this.
David Lynch's?
Correct. Yes. Do I have it here? I think.
You know what I really want from them? I want that Midnight Cowboy and Malcolm X one.
Those look cool.
I want both of those.
Yeah, those look cool. All right, well, closing out, Russ, before we head over to the chat and talk to them to close out the night, one last title to review. Something I put on here specifically for you.
For me.
And I will tell the audience that you texted me this.
I just remembered.
You texted me this and you said, can we please put this on the agenda? And I said to you.
I didn't come prepared, though.
When you texted me that, I said to you, when my friends tell me what they like to jerk off to, I remember. And I never forgot. And that is the Blu-ray television box set of Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman.
That's right, man. When I first saw Dean Cain as a child, it was on.
It opened up so many doors. Tell the people about this Terry Hatcher here.
Well, man.
Give us a lowdown, Russ.
Well, man, this show debuted, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say 92, 93.
Okay.
Had to be 93 or 94. Because I was about 11 years old when this show started. That's about the time I started to, I came into my own around that age, you know? And I had no access to porn. These kids today, dude, they're like spitting in each other's mouths and stuff.
Wow,
now, dude. And I had access to none of that, right?
Let's get next rated.
You're the one showing tits.
This night's been so weird.
So weird tonight.
Yeah, this is tame in comparison.
It's after hours.
Nah, but dude, I don't know. I always had a thing for her. I think maybe because I saw Tango and Cash a lot as a young kid, and she's in that.
Yep.
And she plays like a dancer in that movie. I don't know, but there's 2 episodes in particular of this series that are near and dear to my dick.
Oh
and those are the only ones I really want.
Those are the ones.
But here's what's hilarious, right? Here's what's so funny. I've watched them recently.
Okay.
I watched these scenes that I enjoyed, right?
Okay.
Dude, whoa, like how did I get off to that?
You were desperate.
Clearly, like, dude, it is. Have you ever had an experience like that? You
Dude,
ever like seen something that you got off to when you were a certain age? Excuse me. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. I'm cooking. Have you ever like seen something when you were at a young age that like did it for you, and then you see it when you're older, and it's like, dude, you might as well be watching like Toy Story. I mean, I
was just about to say, I know this was on the WB, so like how
dude,
risque
it was on ABC.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this my so-called life thing to me?
I know.
Again?
Well, how risque could it have been? How risque could it have been is what I'm saying.
It's not at
That's what he's
all.
saying,
But
it wasn't.
like, that's how, dude. Can I tell you? It's really.
What's
funny.
the scene? Yes, please
I'll
tell me what it
explain.
was.
The one the other one was just she looked good, but this one was really funny. The setup of the episode, right, was there was a villain who was like spraying around a love potion, like on the city of Metropolis.
Yeah, Metropolis.
Yeah. So like the person who did it, they're in where they work, and they spray it in there. And she sprays Terry Hatcher, and then it brings out her crush on Clark. So like she's sitting at her desk, right, after getting sprayed. I guess like it takes a minute for it to kick in, and she glances over at him, and then like it's like, oh yeah, like the stupid music changes, to like a saxophone, all that. But then she like gets up and like puts her hair down, kind of like slithers or whatever the fuck over there, and then she like throws her leg up. See, I remember this very clearly.
Tell me more. I'm enthralled.
It was a pivotal moment. That was like, to me, almost a Phoebe Cates Fast Times thing for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why, but if I watch it today, it is so funny because it's just the most PG thing. Like this it could have been Full House or something. Like, it is the dumbest shit in the world, man.
You were down bad. Are you going to pick this 20 disc collection up?
About 4 copies, my friend.
4 copies. I like how they brandished it with the DC logo.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't either. I don't like that.
No, I mean, who cares? It's Lois and Clark. But I hate that when it's like Burton's Batman.
Yeah,
don't do like that. Stuff that actually does have class. Yeah. I don't need Richard Donner's Superman to have that logo,
no. Let's jump over to the chat and see if they're sharing any inappropriate stories about their childhood watching these films and television shows. Let's see. Let's jump up to the top.
Jump up to the top.
Well, not to the top, but you know what I mean. Let's get a little higher here.
Fergie didn't sink the ship, just the one to bring.
Nice. All right, here's about where we were. Eric Otto, an old sea trunk from Steve Zissou for the Wes Anderson box set. An old sea trunk. Let's see.
I don't hate Wes Anderson.
Just the boat shoes.
I love Life Aquatic, and like I said, I enjoy Rushmore, Royal Tenenbaums. I thought Owen Wilson was the funniest thing to me in Royal Tenenbaums.
Kirk Redgate said Wes Anderson sucks. Love it. Eric Otto, he's sending his perfect fight me.
Eric, how, dude? Go rewatch it. Like, I'm not talking about the resolution of the characters. I'm talking about it. It looks weird. There's so many. De Niro could have gotten away, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He literally just ran out into an open field. I mean, that was, for somebody who is so calculated, that entire movie won't allow himself to get attached to anything for over 30 seconds if he feels the heat coming from around the corner. This man just ran out into an open field.
That's it.
Yeah, and sat there.
He really ran.
He might
for
as
a
well
while.
just stayed in the hotel or whatever and got shot like the original.
Fell out the window. Oh my God.
I get it in terms of like the resolution of the story. I'm talking about the execution is weird for a movie that up until that point is fucking flawless, you know?
A lot of ego comments. A lot of people saying Lindsay and I think alike. Wow, Lindsay, I don't even know what you said back there, but you got some people riled up.
And then when we're talking about the Bush versus the bathhouse.
Oh, the Bush. Lindsay, please place Matt's Wes Anderson 4K collection on a coffee table alongside some boat shoes. We'll definitely need those there. Midnight in Space said Scheme Factory. Oh, there's some Scream Factory hate out there.
Ooh.
Scheme Factory.
I guess is that towards the box set approach?
I'm gonna need a shout 50% sale. Yeah, and I need them to put everything on sale. I hate all this selective bullshit. Like it's like half of what I want, not the other. I need to like wipe it all out at once.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
That's just the way you feel.
That's just the way I feel. Like Miami Vice, I'm excited for it. Miami Vice should be bigger than it is. A lot of Miami Vice.
That's
love.
what I've always heard. And it was so funny when this debuted. I feel like every critic was saying the opposite.
Yeah,
and the length. I remember it had a very long run time. And honestly, let's not kid ourselves. Whether this is great as you all say, this is pretty much the mark. This is around the time where Michael Mann, I'm sorry, starts to become non-essential viewing by choice, rather than, oh my God, I have to see what he's putting out every time.
Atlantium says time has treated Miami Vice well. People get it now. Man equals vibes. He sets the mood. Yeah. Pete Collins swag right there. World Trade Center would have been better if it was done by a different director. Peter Berg would have been a great director for a 9/11 film, says The Office fan. Peter Berg. I like Peter Berg.
That's a good question. Who do you think could make a good 9/11 movie?
I don't know. Like Charlie Sheen?
A respect.
There is a lot of Miami Vice love in here. A lot of it. Let's see. Director's cut opens with a cool boat race. Theatrical cut opens on a quick cut in the middle of an action in a club. All right. That sounds like you might want that.
Both sound like Michael Mann.
Yep, definitely. They actually have interviews with survivors and first responders and special features from The Office fan. I mean, that sounds right for Oliver Stone. I feel like even what is it?
The Doors.
Does he have interviews with like a lot of like fans and like different stuff? What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of his
probably. I mean,
Platoon.
Drummers in the movie.
There's all these like Vietnam veterans that are there talking and stuff. Like, yeah, I feel like that's his deal.
Well, that's what I was talking about. On special features of Platoon, he talked to the Doors.
He did some dope and talked to the Doors.
Just asked them what they thought about the movie.
Let's see. Some people saying I'm opposite to most folks on Miami Vice. Loved it back in 2007. Now I think it's lousy. Let's see. You're right. Here's the boob talk. Some Hooters. Okay, boobies. Here we go. A lot of Hooter talk.
What are the implications of that on a live stream, Matt? We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. Yeah. We're going to find out if we still have a channel after this one.
The people here tonight will probably be the only ones that get to see this stream.
This will be it. And that's okay. That's okay. Friggin' love Ghost of Mars, but nah to the Steelbook, said John Vaughn. Ghost of Mars is fun?
Yeah. I guess.
Orlando's art on Drag Me to Hell really helped. Definitely copying the Monty Python. Lindsay, look up John Carpenter getting pissed. Oh, we talked about that already.
In the Jaws Steelbook. Yeah, we're both getting that Jaws Steelbook.
We are.
Aren't we? I know I am.
Yep, we definitely are. Yep. Let's see. Anything else going on in the chat down below? It's lagging a little bit.
Stevie Dan 1969 said that in regard to the World Trade Center movie, Tarantino, he would change the ending.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, Eric Otto, Johnny Handsome. Is Kino gonna ever do anything with that? Is that just done?
I don't know. It's true.
Come on, we need that.
And is Heat 2 being made with Adam Driver? That's what Josh W. just said.
I know Michael Mann made a Heat 2 book. He wrote a Heat 2 novel or something.
I could see that. He's definitely playing Pacino's character. Oh my God, I could see that so clearly.
Brown Bunny, big bushed boat shoes thief. Just mash all the words together and make a fun phrase. I like that. What else you got for the people, Russ? That's all we got for the evening. You want to share anything? for yourself here?
Well, I just want to say goodbye to everyone if our channel's canceled.
That's right. Our channel might be canceled. If it's not, we'll be back in 2 weeks before we go away on our patented summer break.
And if it does the opposite and this live stream goes through the roof, we're going to be showing more tits.
Get ready. Hide your kids.
Let's do an applause of that.
That's just good business.
That is just good business.
Hey, Sleepaway Camp.
It's been a blast hanging out tonight. I've really enjoyed all that. Nothing too crazy as far as the news is concerned, but a lot of good stuff. A couple of highlights sprinkled in. No, you don't think so?
No, I thought it was actually a solid week for news.
This will be a stream that people go back to again and again and again, I think.
Yes.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Yes.
Well, we love everyone out there. Thank you for joining us, old and new alike. Stay tuned for more shorts.
Yes.
In person and online.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to our most shocking child death video that the scenes scarred us for. I'm working on the title. We're figuring it out. We're workshopping a couple of things.
I know it should be called what did I say it should be called? The most memorable child death
scenes.
Most memorable child deaths in cinema history.
Yes. Something like that.
Whatever your fetish is.
It's all tongue in cheek. Let's just keep that in mind. Okay, out there?
Oscar Burroughs Rangel just said child death video in all caps.
That's it. That's the title. Child death video.
Reel them in.
Titty live stream.
All right. Well, I guess that's a wrap, Russ. I'm going to play you out if you want to have the last word.
Sure. So, dude, the other day, right, I actually went out to the movie theater. I caught Friendship.
Yeah, dude. I really want to see that.
The movie with Paul Rudd and that Tim guy, Tom Toom. I don't know his name. I went into this expecting not much. You know, I'm loosely familiar with both parties involved. I thought maybe, if anything,